said that people come into our lives for a reason. I sang a duet with Kristen Chenoweth. And sang,
Oh, did you now?
I did.
Oh, did you?
And saved it on my page.
That's what you did? Okay.
And I got like 13,000 points. Listen.
You were giving it.
I was
You were giving it. It was, it was an enjoyable moment for all.
listen. Someone's gonna love it.
Something wrong with you. All right, let's get it started.
I am ready. Are you ready?
Is it clap time?
Wait. Scoot closer to me.
African people, it's clapping time.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
African people, it's clapping time. African people, it's clapping time.
That's where they got. Wait, you know what song that is? It's from Mary Poppins. Poppin' time. Poppin' time. You can see Dick Van Dyke doing it.
That came from African people.
It absolutely did.
Did they say yebo? Yebo?
No, they took out the yebo.
They took that out.
They put in a kick.
Because that would be, it's like Austria or whatever. So the yebo.
I feel like this isn't. Am I? Wait. Okay. I gotta get everything just right.
Okay. I had clapped it. I have clapped. I
have clapped. Okay.
We can clap now.
We're nowhere near homecoming. Actually, we are near homecoming.
What? It's around the corner.
It'll be coming around the corner. Here
listen,
it comes.
you need to follow us anyway on all the socials, but you really need to follow us now if you are in homecoming season, because we are giving you the tips that you need.
Yes.
What? It is homecoming time.
I don't know that people realize that there are specific tips for HBCU homecomings. These are different. These are different than just your general, get there, talk with your friends about what you're. No.
Oh,
There's a culture around the whole HBCU homecoming.
Don't come up there unprepared.
Please
look at you wearing the wrong shoes. Listen.
If I be ready. If I see a woman out at tailgate with some heels on, I'm guffawing. What you doing, sis?
She's guffawing.
There's nothing you can do. Not in an HBCU homecoming. You got to be able to get low with it. You got to be able to.
Listen.
The DJs are out of control.
They're it's battling sound.
There's so. It's
like
just
the tent after tent after tent.
It's just. We could be go at one. We could be gangster rap.
Come on,
at the
house
next
music
one.
at the next one. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. We have to get the people ready. We're committed to getting you ready, making sure you have a joyful homecoming season. So stay tuned.
Get ready.
What's wrong with you? Who he is today? I'm Janet Jackson.
You know why? You know why she's Janet Jackson?
Why am I Janet Jackson? Because the pleasure
principle. The principle of pleasure.
Pleasure.
No.
No, I'm Janet Jackson.
She's Janet Jackson.
Yeah,
and I am Tom Tom Club. Why? Because they both have songs about pleasure. And that's what we're talking about this week. So it is what it is.
I love it.
And we are at Joy.
Where life plus joy equals satisfaction.
Yes, it does. We are in our season of pride and gratification. Every time we're starting a new season, I'm always like, oh, but I hate to see the last one go.
And then I'm never disappointed.
Really,
every
really
season is right on time. There's a zeitgeist for seasons, so yeah, I think it's always right on time.
Yep.
So pride and gratification is a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own accomplishments and successes.
Yeah. So we are continuing with our segment of things that you can do to feel grown and proud.
Grown and proud.
Go for regular health checkups. This is so serious, y'all. There are so many things. There are so many underlying things we don't know are happening with, I think of my mom just a couple of weeks ago. My mom is the most, and you don't look at me and think that that's my mom, but she is the most petite woman. I don't know if my mother is 100 pounds. I mean, she's very, very petite. And she's very slight. She walks 6 miles a day. I mean, she is out here doing. What I didn't know is that she was also eating like a pint of ice cream every night.
Listen, she's like, that's why she walks the miles. She knows about balance.
So you think, so she went for her checkup and they found that her bad cholesterol was like off the chain. So she had to just completely undo, all of the behaviors that she had kind of picked up because she looked a particular way. So that's why it's so important. You got to go and you got to get those checkups. And don't be afraid of it. You can't fix something until you know it's there. So just avoiding a thing, that's not very grown.
It's not.
You're not going to feel proud.
Not telling the truth to your doctor is also not grown. You better get in there and tell that truth. Better say, what do you eat? 2 pizzas a night. And then I wake up in the morning and I grind. What I do is I blend donuts I make it into like a donut smoothie. No
one's doing this.
And after drinking my donut smoothie, I smoke a pack of cigarettes. You if that's what you're doing, you better tell your doctor that's what you're doing.
You got to own it.
Yeah.
Because your doctor cannot help you. And that's the other thing too. I mean, while we talking about it, get you a doctor who's actually going to make you do the work. I fired all my doctors after the second time that I found out that I had a blood clot in my lungs. I was like, I'm sorry.
I want to know why y'all and something.
Your services are no longer needed here. I went and I handpicked my doctors after that. And one of the first things that my doctor said, he was like, HBCU grad, he said, how real you want me to keep it with you? I was like, yeah.
1,000.
This is
not 100.
This right here. He was like, all right, so we're going to create a plan and you're going to stick to it and you're going to come in and check in with me. I was like, oh, that's grown.
That's grown.
It's real grown.
Yeah, it's something you can take pride into.
Yes.
Treat your parents.
That's a fun one.
I think that's a fun one. Your parents, for most of us, we understand people have complicated relationships, right? But for many of us, parents devoted their lives, to raising us. And, when we finally get a chance to treat them, we are grown. Again, this is something you can be grown and proud of. We are adults. It can be very gratifying to return the favor and care for them once we are in a position to do so. And I think it's it becomes a real notch on the belt of life's accomplishments to take them out to the multitude of dinners that they cooked and provided for you, to take them out for a nice one, for you to cover the vacation.
My nephew did this just the other day. He wasn't just treating his mom. He was treating all of it. That night,
I know. And I ate good. Thank you, nephew. I ate real good too.
But but I also I talked to my sissy afterwards, and she was like, "Oh, I love that Dom was able to do that." I mean, because we've all held it down before, and so now it's time for the youngins to come and take care of us. I'm still a youngin. but
Yeah,
it's all
we're in the
I'm
paying for parents stage,
yeah.
right? Our youngins are young, so they won't
Yeah.
be doing that yet. Me getting cards made. I still get cards made for me for the holiday. This little card folded over crayon.
That's cute. That's cute. My child might make one too.
That's still cute.
I got very excited about today's. As I was putting together this episode, I was hollering out. We were just, I was just like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
we finna be
This is
podding
gonna
good.
be some podding.
This one is going to stare you right in the face." So today's topic, we are talking about pleasure versus gratification. So let's talk about the two. So pleasure is an immediate and momentary bodily delight, like chocolate
I'll take that.
or an orgasm.
I'll take that too.
I'll take chocolate with the
Simultaneously.
orgasm. I'll take a chocolate
So
orgasm.
a twofer. A twofer. Orgasmic chocolate something.
listen.
I need some.
Mix it however you want to.
However it comes.
I'll have that.
Literally and figuratively. Ba-dum-bum. So then gratification is engaging intellectual pursuits where we get long-term enjoyment, right? Raising children, hobbies. When you are really gratified, that is that long-term deep sense of satisfaction. It is not fleeting.
Yes. But something, it was funny when I mentioned this. Kanika was like, "But I don't want to be without pleasure. Like I don't want. We're not gonna do a whole
message right. We're not doing an episode talking about.
we're not doing an episode about why we shouldn't have pleasure. Right?
Embrace it.
No, pleasure should not get a bad rep. That's not what we're saying. You need pleasure. You actually do need pleasure. It is the things that you savor and appreciate. We had a whole season about that contributes to your joy. You absolutely need it. The thing about pleasure is it doesn't motivate you. Other than maybe the sense of, call that man that's going to give you the orgasm.
WYD after.
Hey, big head. It might propel you to go and buy the chocolate, but it's not going to motivate you to like shift your life or like to change something within. So that's the difference.
And gratification actually leads to growth and enrichment. You know what I mean? Pleasure does not necessarily.
Right.
You know what I mean? But gratification does. It presses you to another place, a higher place.
Yeah.
And they do overlap, I think. So it may sound strange, like, well, that sounds the same. Pleasure and gratifying. It's in your definition, right? But like let's say you're engaging in a hobby, you get immediate pleasure by just pulling the materials out. When this one gets the scrapbooking,
I go in
or get them pictures together.
Excited.
You know what I'm saying? She's literally having a pleasurable experience by looking through her pictures and just all of that. Like, we talked about homecoming. When she get them little homecoming pictures, be all
I make books for my friends.
But then that becomes the gratifying part, right? It is the making books for your friends.
It's the finished
picking
product,
the one and posting it, and everyone goes back to the place of memory. Like, oh my gosh, that was so great to see you. I'm glad we took that picture. It is the completion of the thing, right?
Yeah.
You are gratified because you've given it more time. A bunch of stuff can get us pleasure real quick. It takes a little. You got to put in a little work to get some gratifying. See, I wasn't even going to say anything. I wasn't even going to be suggestive.
Oh, we're always suggestive.
I wasn't even going to be suggestive.
Yes, but pleasure is defined as delights that are immediate, come through the senses, and are momentary, needing little or no interpretation. That is a quote directly from Martin Seligman. We used
psychology.
Yes.
Bring out the psychology.
So we used an article that he wrote. I'm gonna put it out there because we cite a lot of the information that he gave. But pleasures are immediate and they're short lived. I mean, think of the orgasm.
That thing is short.
Now you do it continually.
It's still short.
It's still short.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
You know,
You need to go to the
yeah.
hospital if you're having like a day long orgasm. I've been having an orgasm for like 30 hours. I think something's happening. No, that's
Please.
nope.
No, you couldn't handle it.
You couldn't. No. It's the intensity isn't meant for that too. The intensity is to be
Right,
short.
right, right,
You're not supposed
right.
to eat a tub of chocolate. You're supposed to eat a small amount
Right,
and have
right,
that
right.
little intense little moment. with the
Exactly.
chocolate. Yeah.
Because once the pleasurable feeling is satiated, it's over. It's over. Now, yes, you can lay there and you can reminisce and you can think about, ooh,
How
that
good
was a
that
good time.
chocolate
Yeah,
was.
yeah, how good that that chocolate
See, I
was.
was trying to be good. So you try to be holy and then just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. But once it's over, it's gone. It's gone. It's not anything that you're going to hold on to. And eventually you will forget it. It's not the thing that's going to stay with
it doesn't
you.
maintain you.
Yeah. And pleasure should be experienced. I want you, listen, the way we feel about tacos, but occasionally, right? We'd have a problem if we ate tacos.
We stand up in the morning eating tacos, just breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Always,
Uh-huh.
forever. You know, they don't lend anything to your self-worth or value as a person. Your pleasures are your things that, you know, it gives you a quick jolt.
Yep.
And that's
Which is nice. I like a little quick joke. It doesn't impact your self-value and your worth. When she was talking about this before, I was like, oh, I'm already in, right? It actually can, too much just pleasure seeking can actually interfere with the gratification process. And I was like, come on, Holy Ghost, what you about to go here? You know, it's like, it because it comes so easily, we actually can get satiated to it. You know, it doesn't build us. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't build us. And again, you know, we love the savoring and appreciating, right? But when, you know, the goal is look for more gratifying experiences, not just pleasurable experiences.
Think
'Cause
about
that's what leads to the pride.
Yeah. Think about, for example, drugs, right? Whatever
That's a
your
good
drug is, you know, you take it because you want a quick escape from whatever it is. You know, I mean, this could be life in general. It could just be you want to just still your mind and you just don't want to experience anything. You just kind of want to be numb to something. Okay, that's fine. But it's not going to lead to your overall experience. It's not going to be a good thing for you. And what happens is that feeling that you were trying to get, you could get that through therapy if you
Through
stuck
lots of
with
ways. Yeah. Through lots of ways.
it. You
And-
could get that through healing yourself.
and it lasts longer and then
And it
becomes
stays
more
with you.
gratifying. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the gratifying process is enacting your personal strengths and virtues. Your
Yep.
personal strengths and virtues are not necessarily in the chocolate, the drugs, the penis and the pizza. Penis and pizza. Penis pizza. I don't
like
know
you
about
fold
that.
it over and you,
Like a little penis in there.
I hate you right now. I just want you to know.
I would like mine deep dish because I don't think I want like a thin crust. Penis pizza.
With some meatballs.
We're turning into Beavis and Butthead.
So here we are.
You said balls.
So here's the thing. Because pleasure doesn't motivate you, right? You've got to balance it out with the gratification. What happens is we spend a lot of time on the pleasure side.
Don't we though?
We keep feeling the momentary pleasure, that jolt, that quick jolt that we get, and then we never do the work that's going to give us the
You get a whole girlfriend, get a whole husband behind just the pleasure part. He's really good at
Here
the
we
orgasms. Is he feeding? Is your soul being fed? Are you intellectually growing? Are you enhanced by your relationship here? I understand you getting broke off, and we not mad at it.
Can he do both? If he can't do both,
Is he gratifying,
ooh,
or is he just
pleasurable. Start asking yourself that
Mm-hmm.
question, and I bet you will make
You're
some
gonna hate the
different.
answer. It's
You
gonna make
will
you
hate the answer,
stay in
but
and you was on your
but
way out.
but it'll tell
Take
you
on
the
it.
truth about something. I
Yeah.
mean, you'll know what you need to
Is this
fix,
gratifying what I'm about
or
to
is
do?
this pleasure?
Is what I'm about to do
It's fine.
gratifying, or is it merely pleasure? And again, we need pleasure. We're not saying get rid of pleasure, but I think that's an important question to distinguish between the two and have that balance. If you 90% just pleasure out here,
And you know
you
what?
know.
You can see, we talked about last week, like um delayed gratification. It is the immediate gratification is the pleasure.
Mhm.
Delayed gratification is something you're going to have to work harder at, right? So let's talk about
It's a
gratification.
maintenance.
Gratification is, this is another quote from, am I saying it right? Sigelman?
Seligman.
Seligman.
That's what I've always said.
Seligman.
I've never
Okay.
met him, so
Gratification is the enacting, this is the one. It is the enacting of personal strengths and virtues. You didn't use that when you ate that taco.
dang. But it was good.
It was good.
Oh,
It was pleasurable.
I was not enacting my personal strength and my virtue.
Not when you had that chocolate. Mm-mm.
And like Popeyes doesn't sell
Any gratifying
any
meals?
gratifying. Do you have any gratifying meals?
I'd
I would like to keep coming back.
like to purchase a gratifying
Is there a
meal.
gratifying meal? What if they knew what you were talking about? No. We,
We
pleasure
ain't got
only
them.
up
We got
here.
them. We got
We
any
pleasure
gratifying meals up in the
only
back?
up in here.
No.
When those families were, remember when all those people were trying to sue McDonald's? And McDonald's was like, we never said eat us every
We
day.
never told you.
We never said we were a daily. That's how they got out of, well, they got out of most of the lawsuits. Because they were like, we didn't tell you to eat us every day.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't supposed to be in here breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
This was supposed to be an occasional treat.
So this is how you balance this out. Or this is I don't even want to say balance, because I think even in balance you'll think 50-50. I'm saying 90-10. 90 on the gratifying side is how we're really going to get to joy. Consider gratification as striving towards something positive versus avoiding something negative.
Uh-oh.
Let me. We talked last week about how good you felt every time you worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're striving towards something that is going to be healthy for you, versus I can't sit here and watch my show that I like. Don't pay attention to the negative side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Consider where you're going to be on the other side.
That's adding joy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It is. That's what it means to just add joy.
Mm-hmm.
Gratification also dispels self-absorption. The more one has the flow that gratification produces, the less depressed often one can be. And so, when you are just in that hole and just kind of wallowing in it, to focus on something that is gratifying, that it sustains you. If you get something pleasurable, we want that too. We don't want anybody in a state, a kind of continuous state of depression, but you can fall back in that hole. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like I peek my head out and I drop back in. Mm-hmm. Something gratifying teaches you how to come out of it.
That's so good. Gratification is deeply satisfying. Okay. Only gratification is going to lead you to what? Pride.
Mm-hmm. You're very rarely proud of things that were just pleasurable. Like, I might be like, I ate that chocolate and I know I did. That cake was good. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm proud of myself for eating it though.
Right. Mm-hmm. Whereas if I woke up early, if I went to the gym, if I did the workout, even if I didn't do the whole thing, if I did 35 minutes when I was shooting for 45, I'm still going to be gratified. Oh, I got up and I did something difficult. Something I didn't feel like doing.
Mm-hmm. And because there's no shortcut to gratification, you can't fast track your way to something gratifying. That's what leads to the pride too. We took pride that we took a minute. We withheld the impulse. We put forth the effort. We waited. We saw ourselves worthy of a larger prize than this immediate one. That is gratifying. That brings about a sense of pride.
It's loving yourself, y'all. Mm-hmm. It's saying I'm worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worth it to stick this out.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a little difficult. I'm worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The process is part of the gratification.
Mm-hmm. The sticking out. I'm gratified by the sticking it out.
Mm-hmm.
You ever just be like you're working toward a goal? You may not have met it yet, but you got to turn back and be like, "Well, I come a long way now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hold up."
Mm-hmm.
That is gratifying, all right? And when we try to confuse the two, I think we're gonna get stuck.
That's where we get stuck. Mm-hmm.
Because we're trying to get like long-term satisfaction out of pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you made her your girlfriend, and she just had a big booty. That was all there was. You were like, why am I having such trouble at home with her? Because the big booty wasn't gonna sustain you.
Yikes. It's true though. We really talking to ourselves. It might not have been big booty. It was a big something.
It was something. Well, ego. Me. Got a big ego.
Such a huge ego. Listen, we want the feeling of gratification from the pleasurable experience, which is simply direct and it's easy stimulation. Let me give you let me give you an example. Plastic surgery. Now listen, I'm not I want to be so clear.
Yeah, we're clear.
If you see my titty sitting up here, I want you to know that I don't judge me because that's what I wanted.
Baby, my stomach is snatched.
Listen, I was tired of swing low, sweet chariot.
Listen,
and
that
you
tax
gonna let me
refund
be
hit,
at
right?
They're gonna be right here at my chin.
What are those right there?
My bra gonna be up here. And I don't mean the straps.
Hello? A choker.
I
Is that a choker?
Listen, I'm not.
That's my bra.
I am not. I'm not in judgment, y'all. But
You and Victoria's Secret, y'all got a choker, bro? Because listen, my drinks be all high.
Them things high now.
They sit high.
they sit on high and look down low. Listen, I'm being so honest. I'm serious. But could you imagine if everyone that went out and just got plastic surgery just because they wanted to change something about themselves, rather got in the gym and it would change their lives.
It would definitely be a more gratifying experience.
Absolutely.
I think, because you have unlocked the secret to really caring for yourself. You'd be so proud of that. Now, again, people are morbidly overweight, you know what I'm saying? And you need to we're not talking about all of that, right? And we are supporting anybody's choice to do that. But we're talking about just a different process. You do rest in a different state of pride.
There's a different
when
pride.
You just work for whatever that result
for
is.
it versus, putting it together.
Took the shortcut.
And not doing the work, and for some people they may say, well, I work to pay it off. Okay.
Amen and Nashe. Okay.
Okay.
So how do we fix this? Because I do think it is a tendency. I think that particular cultures like ours, Western, cultures are prone toward, kind of we're known as like a leisure culture. We spend a lot on just, just trying to entertain ourselves in the moment, and not as much on trying to sustain ourselves. How do we fix that?
And this is going to be somebody's going to say that's all right. Sometimes when you can't walk, that means you got to run.
I took that literally, and I ain't like it.
So let me explain what I'm saying. Typically, when we are in our low moments, when we're in a state of anxiety or angst, we are drained. We are drained mentally. We are drained physically. But the way to overcome that is actually to just do the work.
And run just means throw yourself into it.
Throw yourself into it.
Go hard into it. This is what I'm doing right now. This is what I am doing right now. And because you are thinking about that larger reward that looms in the
Yes.
distance. You have got to make an effort to overcome the valleys in your life. You can't snap your finger. I used to wish for that. Remember, I Dream of Genie and just be like, I'm bewitched
You
or
just
something.
be like,
Mm-mm. Pleasure is not going to heal you.
ooh.
It's going to feel good in that moment, but you're not going to get a healing from it. Not truly. But I mean, listen, it'll give you, it'll quench the thirst in the moment.
It will. So let me give you an example. Yesterday I came home and I was, tired as I am most days when I come home
Mhm.
from work. And I thought there were all these things that I have to do. I've got to, I got to do things with the podcast. I got to edit stuff. I got to put it up. I got to clean my house. I got to, you know what? But I worked so hard today. I'll tell myself I worked so hard. I deserve to sit here and just do nothing and laze around, right? We'll reward ourselves kind of prematurely sometimes. What I did instead was said, let me get up and let me pick some things up. Let me straighten some things up first and then reward myself.
You know how gratified you felt by doing that.
I didn't say I cleaned my whole house. I just said, let me take one of the things off of my plate. Let me take one of the things that's going to be in the back of my mind. Because let me tell you what will happen. We'll get to the end of the night. We lazed the whole night. I feel proud about
Lazing.
nothing at the end of that
In fact,
evening.
it's guilt.
Now it's guilt.
In fact, we wake up tomorrow. Man,
I indulged in the pleasure, and now it's guilt.
And now it's guilt.
That's why we have to do the balance. Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, that was really a good example because you could tell that you kind of parsed out the difference, right? You have to parse out the experiences of seeking pleasure from seeking gratification. They are not the same. It's not like just stumble upon gratification while you in the midst of your pleasure exercise.
Right.
You have to be intentional about it, just like you have to be intentional about joy.
Yes.
That's what we're saying. Find the activities that would genuinely bring about the gratification, right? Really being gratified, not being overwhelmed. We're not talking about pick up a big old project. This is going to overwhelm you. I'm talking about something that was like she just described. I could sit. I'm going to laze. You still can laze.
Yep.
Take 30 minutes.
Yep.
Sometimes I do that little time boxing.
Yep.
It's a strategy you do. If you time box and be like, I'm going to take 30 minutes and just clear this bed off. You know how much better I feel getting in that bed and it's not my clean laundry ain't laid up on there? I'm hoping I didn't lose another earring in here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sitting up on the bed instead of in the jury box where it belongs.
I count out 46 things, whatever my age is at the time. I'm 46. So I count 46 things I need to just pick up real quick. Just put them where they go.
That's good.
And if I do the 46, then I can sit and I can read my book for however long I want to. I can play my computer games. I can go scrapbook. And then I don't feel as guilty.
I like that. I need to do like 1,046 things because it's just per room.
But see, and that's the thing too.
But it does make you feel like really accomplished. If I pick up some, 46 things, I'll be like, okay.
You feel some kind
really
of way.
Feel like you've done something. That's good.
Yes.
Like
But the important thing is do the gratifying thing first, then reward yourself with the pleasure.
Because listen, I promise you. Let me eat this ice cream and stuff. I'm gonna get up and make some Brussels sprouts later.
Yeah, because we'll tell ourselves, I deserve it.
No, I'm gonna get full off the ice cream and never eat the
Brussels sprouts. But in fact, if you ate the Brussels sprouts, you probably wouldn't want the ice cream. Boop boop be doop.
How you like them apples?
All right. Well, that was a good.
That was a good word right there.
That's a good little conversation right there. So we're gonna wrap up today with our proud moments.
And I'm proud. Oh, my classmate Shoshana.
Yeah, what did Shoshana say she was proud of?
Designing the life I want and need for myself, defying norms, setting my own standards.
That's a heavy one.
That's real good.
You should be proud of that.
It's a business called When Doves Code.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute? Nobody thought when the So I like to say something's wrong with you, but I'd be like, no, because
No,
we're the
'cause
same. So something's wrong with
wrong
both
together.
of us.
Yes. Okay. So this is one of my great loves of my life. She is like my big sister. She is an amazing. She's in media. She does all kinds of amazing
She
things.
does all kinds of stuff. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a movie right here,
I
and then
mean,
I'm gonna
just-
do that.
it's she's dope all around.
Yeah.
But she a couple years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, she released a documentary called Eggs Over Easy, and it's specifically about Black women and their struggles with fertility. And so she said that it makes her proud. Sometimes women walk up to me and introduce their babies or toddlers who were conceived after the mom watched my documentary. It's always such a pleasant surprise. Hashtag big auntie energy. And that is our love,
sweet.
Quita Lockley.
That's really, really sweet.
That's an amazing one. You should
That's
be proud of
amazing.
that.
You really should be proud of how gratifying.
Mhm.
It took, she really put time into that whole project.
Yeah.
And to see people, reach some success or some healing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
Joy Andrews. Come on, Joy.
We just got 97
Come
up
on.
in here.
These are my classmates.
It's 97 up in here today.
No, Taurus.
Honorary.
Overcoming seasons of adversity while still finding joy. Come on, Joy. You better overcome adversity and still find joy. Being disciplined and strong enough mentally and physically to learn as an adult to walk again.
Joy is the epitome of her name. Just whenever you see
She's
her,
been through some things. You know what I mean? You would never think, she had been through the kind of fire that she's been through. And it's amazing to just see her just.
Yeah, I mean, she really is going to greet you. She's going,
yeah.
She's going,
all deep.
Yes. And then finally, we really have the Spellmans on here. Spellmanites on here. Quandia.
Lord. She say she didn't? Did she learn the Tamia dance yet? Quandia, did you learn the Tamia dance?
No, she ain't learned that dance.
Homecoming
You
is
better
coming
get it
up.
by
You better come
homecoming.
on.
Huh. But Quandia said that she is proud that she only had to sit in line 10 minutes for some ghost pepper wings from Papa.
She's eating the ghost pepper. I heard there's an actual ghost pepper. I heard they were actually hot. She waited and then she's proud of it. I only had to wait 10 minutes for these ghost pepper wings.
You know what I'm proud of? I am proud to know a Quandia. Because
I bet you that was gratifying. I mean, normally you'd be in and out. She really put the effort and she was like, I'm going to wait here for these ghost pepper
has
wings.
never failed to make me holler.
Scream out.
Laughing.
Scream out loud. Something is wrong with her. Something's wrong with you.
Oh, God. All right. That's all we got for y'all today, folks.
Follow us on these socials.
Yes, for real.
Tune in every week and make sure you keep up with these. I don't even care if you're not going to HBCU homecoming. Tune into the tips. They might help you whatever you got going on.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit it. Hit it till you're gratified.
Whatever it is.
Follow us online.
See, we could do it with this one too. Hold on, I got it. Happy homecoming to ya. Happy homecoming to ya. Happy homecoming. Right there. The song is good for everything. It really is.
There's nothing you can't do.
Nothing you can't do.
Thank you, song, for being so flexible.